All right, hello everyone. Today is Friday, July 30th, and welcome to the very first Reality Cards community call. I'm incredibly excited that we're here. We've got a big chunk of the team here and lots of good news to discuss. So let's dive right into it. So the format of today's call, what I'm going to do is we'll just introduce the team briefly, get their name, role, and favorite TV series. And then we'll go through and discuss various updates within within Reality Cards, mainly like the beta status, contract updates, what's going on with front-end development, and everything in between. For those here, just for the POAP, you're going to have to stick around a little bit later. We'll distribute those at the end. So we've got that coming up as well. So let's get this thing started. Andrew, if you want to introduce yourself, let us know who you are, what your role is here, and what type of TV are you into?
Hello everyone. So yeah, I'm Andrew, CEO and co-founder of Reality Cards. I'm based in London, and my favorite TV show is Futurama. And I'm going to nominate Konstantin next.
Oh, thank you. My name is Konstantin. I'm from Kiev. I'm a front-end developer at the Reality Cards, and I recently joined just a few weeks ago. I would name Bear Grylls survival show. And next, Splidge.
Hey, I'm Splidge, or Dan. I'm the back-end Solidity dev, doing all the contracts and things. I'm based near Oxford in the UK. I think we're going to have to go with an old one, but you can't beat it, Firefly.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm going to pick, let's go with Addy.
Namaste, I'm Adi. I'm head of product at Reality Cards. I'm based off Delhi, India, and my favorite TV show is The Office.
UK or US?
That's a very important question, actually.
Yeah. So Michael Scott for the win, my favorite character. And my favorite moment is just like parkour. That was so crazy, you know? So that's the... Okay, I'm going to nominate Vlad next.
Thanks, Adi. Hey, everybody. I'm Vlad, one of the co-founders of Reality Cards, but I'm doing mostly front-end stuff. So one of the front-end developers, proud to be in the team. I'm based in Romania, and the favorite TV show, maybe Breaking Bad, just because it's such a good TV show. I've seen it twice, and I would see it a third time. Hunter, next.
Hey guys, this is DeFi Dude. I'm based out of Chicago. I do community ambassador stuff for Reality Cards. And favorite TV show, I'd have to say, would be Simpsons. And I will call on, let's go Divya.
Hello everyone. My name is Divya and I'm working as QA engineer with Reality Cards. I'm based out of Dubai. And my favorite TV show, I would say, yeah, I mean, I have watched Simpsons also. It's one of my favorites as well, though I don't watch TV shows much, but yeah. And yeah, that's it. So yeah, the only person left, I think, in the team is Alex.
Yes. Hello, everybody. This is Alex, head of marketing at Reality Cards. I'm really excited to join the team. I must say that my favorite show, even if it's a very complicated pick, is Scrubs, because I just found this is the funniest show that was ever created. And that's again the ball for you, Unvetica.
Yes, so I'm Unvetica, or Michael in the real world. I am the community ambassador here for Reality Cards, and I'm sort of split. So if I'm in the mood for something light, I like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. If I want something like dramatic, I'm really into Ozark. I think that series is fantastic. So yeah. Oh, what? Splidge. Okay, so moving right along here. What I want to get here is a sense of where Reality Cards is today and what we're looking at in the future and driving towards. So I'm wondering if, Andrew, you could kind of give us a little bit of insight, just a high-level overview of where we're at today and kind of the direction that you'd like to take us.
For sure, sounds good. So yeah, hello again, everyone. And first of all, I want to apologize that it's taken us so long to have our first community call. It's taken us this long because I'm an idiot, but we got there eventually. We're having it now, better late than never. And I'm not really going to talk about where we're headed. I will let other people talk about that. I will just very, very briefly talk about the journey to where we are today. Reality Cards actually began a long time ago, back in December 2019, as my final project for the Consensus Solidity Bootcamp. And then Vlad joined me very shortly after. But for a long period of time, it was just the two of us. And in fact, as recently as January this year, we were the only two full-time members of the team. But in the last 6 months, things have definitely gone crazy. As you can see by the number of faces here. So we now actually have 9 full-time members of the team, 3 part-time, and we have someone new starting on Monday, and it feels like I say that every single week. As to what's going on at the moment, of course, the main news is that we have now redeployed on Polygon. And this has been a bit of an inside joke because we've been planning on doing this next week for literally the last 6 weeks. I don't think that's an exaggeration, but we did do it eventually, and it's going very, very smoothly. And that is kind of it from me. With regards where we're going in the future and what's coming up, I will let other people talk about that. There are a couple of questions on my list to talk about. One of them is what's happening to the old beta. So the xDai beta, nothing is happening to it. It's going to stay where it is on a different URL. It's now at oldbeta.realitycards.io. We will not be adding any events, or any of the new front-end updates will not be applied to that. So it's just there if you want to see the old events, but it won't be there forever. So please do, withdraw any deposit which you haven't done yet. With regard to NFTs on xDai, you will need to use a service such as UNFT Wallet, which can migrate your NFTs between chains. Also, there's a question of, will the NFTs that you collect in the current beta be part of the mainnet launch? So any NFTs you collect, they will be, real NFTs, ERC 721s on the Polygon chain. That will always be the case, but they will not form part of the product. In other words, they won't actually be part of your formal collection at the end, or as we're currently calling it, your trophy cabinet, although we're changing that name. So yes, please for now consider the NFTs sort of ephemeral. They won't be formally part of the Reality Cards ecosystem at the point of launch.
So just to expand on that real quick. So to put it plainly, I still have them. I own them. I can do whatever I want with them. They're just not referenced to in the mainnet launch, right?
Yeah, so sorry it's not going to be in our interface, but it's still going to be on the blockchain, and you can still sell it and whatnot and transfer it around and do whatever you want with it. But yeah, and the metadata, the images, the art will still be there. It's just that it won't be part of our front end interface, if that makes sense. Good. And yeah, that was it from me.
Very good. Well, that sort of brings us to one of the bigger topics, and that is just the overall status of the Polygon update. We did just move from xDai over to Polygon. So where are we with that transition? How has it gone? Has it lived up to our expectations in terms of that migration?
Yeah, I think it's been absolutely fantastic so far. So the reason we moved primarily was because that's where the action is. That's where the value is. I think I was checking this morning, and there's $1.3 billion of USDC, which is our native token at this point, on the Polygon chain versus xDai. The total value on the entire chain is about $100 million. So it's a 10x bigger. It's where the users are. Users are already familiar. They are more likely to have it in their wallet. So it's going great. And yeah, we are going to be on Polygon from this point forward. The current version of the contracts will not be there. We'll be redeploying at some point in the future. But yeah, we'll be on Polygon from here on out.
Now, that's a good thing that you just mentioned. Why don't you open up a little bit more, or really anyone from the team here, and explain, I guess, more explicitly that we did move from a native currency, right? So we were using xDai, and now we're introducing USDC. What's the reason for that?
Yeah, so basically the way xDai works is that xDai is a stable coin, but it's also the native currency, i.e. it is equivalent to Ethereum on its own chain. That doesn't really work for Polygon because we need to use Matic, and Matic isn't a stable coin, so it doesn't work for placing bets or pots. Because in that case, you'd actually be betting on two things. You'd be betting on the outcome of an event, but also you'd be betting on the value of Matic, which would not be a very good user experience. So that is why we had to sort of move to using an actual ERC20, which is now, for you users who may have noticed, that you have to actually approve before you can deposit, which you didn't need to do before. So there is that slight UX hurdle, but that is something that is necessary in order to allow us to use a stablecoin on the Polygon version.
So it'll be Matic basically used to as fuel, as gas, as
yes. So Matic is needed just to pay gas fees in the exact same way Ether is needed to pay gas on the main chain.
And then the events themselves will be hosting USDC as
USDC.
The pot.
Absolutely, for now, but soon enough we will be adding an ability to deposit in any token you want. But awesome. Right now it is just USDC.
Very good. Yeah, so that sort of leads us to contract updates. I know Splidge has been working incredibly hard along with the rest of the team here in terms of updating contracts and making sure nothing's breaking. How about some updates in terms of where those things are?
Yeah, so we've been working for, I've forgotten how long really now, working on the contracts, overhauling them, adding in these changes so that we aren't using the native currency, we're handling the ERC20 tokens. Done a massive overhaul because originally we had limitations on how many cards a user can own, how many events there could be. Now we've changed that. That should effectively be infinite, or as big as it can be. And I've done all those changes and submitted it for audit. We had 4 audits done this round, which overall brings us up to 6 auditors we've used in total. We've had the most recent round of audits back. We ended up having about 200 issues submitted. Once we got rid of all like the technical non-issues and there were a load of duplicates, there are about 75 issues where there's only a 2 or 3 what we'd call critical ones. We fixed all those issues up. I've documented and written the reports, and we've sent those reports back to the auditors. So they're just reviewing and assessing, making sure all our fixes are up to scratch, making sure it's all good. We've had 1 report back already, and that's looking good. Looks like we did the job correctly. We just expect the other 3 reports back in the next week or so, and that will be good. The contract should be in a good place. And then sort of the next thing I'm doing after that is we're adding another little feature. Currently, the NFT only goes to the person at the top of the leaderboard, but that's maybe a little bit too scarce. So we're looking at trying to expand that and have like so a certain amount of people on the leaderboard will also be able to mint a copy of the NFT, and they'll be able to have that for themselves. Because at the moment, if there's just one person with all the money, then they're the person that's going to get the NFT, and it's really a bit of fun. So we're going to add that, and then after that, we need to. I'd like to work on NFTs and integrating it more with Matic. So Matic is a true layer 2 technology, and what we're doing is we're minting the NFTs on the Matic chain. Normally, everything on Matic is sort of mirrored off the Ethereum main chain. Because we're creating it on Matic, we need to do a slightly different process for people to bring it back to the main chain. It's called a Matic mintable asset. We have all the code done, but we should do a bit more testing, making sure it's going to be super smooth. So actually within our UI, you'll be able to take your NFTs and bring them to the Ethereum main chain and back again as much as you like.
Wow.
That's sort of where we're going next.
That's amazing. So we've got some pretty exciting stuff happening on the back end. How does that relate to our UI, UX, and the front end stuff that our users are going to see? Do we have some updates coming in regards to the front end?
Well, we have big updates coming on the front end, but not as big as more NFTs for the leaderboard. I mean, that's the big leak, big alpha tip. I think people are excited about that. So on the UI, of course, we are adding features. We are trying to make it as smooth as possible. But I think the biggest update to tell now is that we are going into we are going for a new rebranding of our app and image and everything. Don't worry about the logo. The logo stays the same as we designed it in 2019 initially. It's just being like a bit reworked to be more high definition. But in terms of visuals and look, we went for something more bold, more simple, more appealing. And if I can share my screen, I think I can give a short preview of what can be done.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Let me sort out here. 1 second. If everyone can see the new events page, let me hide this. Okay, so if you see the blue dark color disappeared, we are having a brand new font that we are calling it more bold. This will from now on the font and the colors would represent reality cards. I hope everyone is receiving it well.
Yep.
Let me just deposit a few USDC and see how everything will look like. So first of all, we heard that everybody has problems with what? There are 2 transactions on Polygon. Yeah, there are 2 transactions on Polygon to deposit. It's not only 1 transaction like on xDai, but we are trying to make it easy for everybody to understand that there are 2 transactions, and approving the transaction and confirming that the deposit. It's one of the big updates, but everyone got in touch with the Polygon until now. So I feel that everybody is aware of these updates. I'm going to minimize it while I'm looking around. Let's choose one of the events and look around. The cards we are looking to remake them. As you see now, it's exactly the same structure that you've seen before. Still confirming. I think I used too little gas price maybe there, but well, it'll be so. Everything is looking good. Having the leaderboard, and I see everyone is betting hard here. Crypto Comical lost the first place, but well, 4 hours can be done. Everything I'm sharing here, it's like this. Yes, until my transaction will be solved on Polygon, I will need some help from Adi to share the next steps, which we are changing the structure, of course, following this branding, but we are changing the structure. Would you like to share your screen, Adi, or how would you like, or do you want me to share my screen? I show the wireframes. Adi?
Adi, I think you're muted.
Yeah, hi. Just give me a second.
No problem. So while you're doing that, I do have to say I love this facelift. I think it looks very clean without being boring. I think it looks very intuitive, and I love how, like, just the fonts and everything too. They just look sharp. I mean, I think it's just a great look.
Okay, coming back to, I am having a trouble sharing the screen. So Vlad, just help me out here, navigating the screens while I can just give an overview of what we are thinking. So like, guys, you can see that this is our new landing page designs that we have settled on for now. We'll be introducing them soon. You have also seen all the colors splash around with the new UI that Vlad just shared. Just an overview of how our landing page will be redesigned. And after that, we have the wireframes. So these wireframes are actually came out after I went out and Hunter helped me find like 6 beautiful souls who helped me out figuring out all the issues and what are the problems that we are having with UX right now and how we can improve it. So we did a whole brainstorming session for like 2 to 3 weeks. And then we came out with all the solutions and what is the new Reality Cards platform should look like to delight you all. Then we are working with the design agency, and these are the wireframes that we have right now. You can see they're all black and white. They'll be splashed with colors afterwards. We solidify the whole UX process. And here you can see just from the high level, the things that we have changed is that we are focusing on one big event. So if you guys like submit an event and it's featured, that's great. Looking forward to that. Then you have like this screen where you have all the leaderboard splashed out and clear details with like trophies and whole like first, second, and third and the rankings. So all of this we have done after identifying that the issues that we found during the user testing. We also listened to the feedback from the Discord channel. So there's a channel called UI, UX, and bugs. So we listened to that. Whatever you guys suggested, we acted upon them. And this is where we are right now. And this, it's almost like completed. We're just looking forward to, after this, we are done with the migration and we will start working on this pretty soon. And then you'll be able to see Reality Cards in a whole new avatar. And I'm looking forward to all of your feedback. We all are. So that's the update from the product team.
Amazing. So when can we, so just to kind of zoom out, just to, oh, go ahead.
I'm just finishing my transaction here and back to you.
So in regards, so it sounds like we've got 2 initiatives sort of running in parallel. It's the overall facelift of the current front end, and then it's the brand new all of the front end interface updates. So when can the users expect the facelift, and then when are we roughly looking at for the wireframes that we just saw?
Okay, so now we are testing. What happened now? I just put two little guest price, but most of our pages are done already. I'm talking about having exactly the same structure that we are seeing it now, but with the new branding. This one, as long as we are finishing the latest tests, which is just visual bugs, nothing too big, we are going to roll out the update. We are looking to roll it out like in around 1 week or even less than that. For the new wireframes and the new facelift of the entire app, this will roll out as granular updates where we are going to release release one page being redesigned, starting with the events page, starting with continuing with the cards page, and so on, and continuously get feedback from you and from everybody who will try the app. And while we are working on it, it will be a continuous development. So let's say one of the pages roll out and we are planning to update the next page, and we are already realizing that the current page has some issues or it's disrupting the user flow. We are going to move very quickly and change everything. So the wireframes that you see now, they are not the final design, they are the proposed design. And until it gets approved by everybody, all you our users, we are not calling them final, but expect updates like weekly or at least once every 2 weeks.
Amazing. That's some rapid fire development. I love it. In fact, that's actually a really good point that you mentioned is how much we do actually listen to our community and how much those changes are implemented from the Polygon migration to the UI UX. If you are on the Polygon beta and you're thinking to yourself, man, I wish it had XYZ feature, or I wish the layout was this, or you have some sort of feedback or input, please feel free to share those in the Discord. The link to our Discord is in the description of this video. You can join us if you aren't already. I submit for you to do that and be part of the conversation of reality cards. So thank you very much, Vlad and Addy, for those updates. I know it looks like in regards to the front end too, do we want to kind of, I think sometimes, especially for communities like us where we're just starting, we're just getting involved and entrenched within our community, it's sometimes easy to be pessimistic. Like you're really only, from the end user, you're only ever seeing the stuff that's done. You never get to see the stuff that's going on at the time. So is it possible to kind of get a little bit of a preview, maybe look at our Trello and kind of see like what kind of workflow we're really dealing with and the progress that we're making?
We already gave some tips. We already shown exactly what's going next. Yeah, sure. Let's invite everybody. I will share my screen again. I think Michael, you got this idea because I was having actually both Trellos open, both Trello pages open, because I'm always looking at every day and adjusting priorities that we are having here. Let's look what is going on. Not this week, but in general. So just a very quick intro of what you can see here on Trello. We are sorting our tasks not in 1 or 2 priorities. We are sorting it in 4 priorities because there are so many stuff that we want to do, and there is so much feedback that we got on our app. And even with such a full team, we can't do them all. So we are having a full priority 1 task that we are going to do them next. And you can see here there are pretty big tasks between bugs, like the exit button is not being displayed properly in certain situations, to tasks like we are going to support more wallets, because if you know now, MetaMask works, Ledger works, but most other wallets like Coinbase, for example, I know that people are using that, is not supported. From that, we are going to priority 2, which is preparing us for a product launch, and going to priority 3, that everything is post-launch, that we would want to include them before our product launch, but we need to stop somewhere and say, well, we are doing this, we are releasing our product, going out of beta, and then continuing work, because it never stops until nice to have stuff that actually I know that people like Discord bots and stuff is happening like this, and I want to do a change life that our Discord bot goes not in priority 1, even if I wish to. I would put it in priority 2, but a Discord bot will be implemented soon, and I think everyone will love that. We are having our code maintenance. We are having some stuff that we pushed away, deposit from mainnet. Unfortunately, on Polygon, this is not this won't work yet. Polygon most likely will update soon, and we are going to our big list of tasks that we're working on from a week to another week, because we're working now in sprints where we are a small team, but everything needs to happen with a deadline. Everything needs to happen. So we are taking each task, even if it's a small bug, very serious, with following code reviews, following testing, local testing, staging testing, production testing, and so on. So these are all the weeks. I won't go through all of them because we'll waste a lot of time. But if you see the dates of everything and how everything was done, and these columns that you see here, they are only the they are only about this year, because everything that was done previously there, it's here in this list, and a lot of more tasks have been done and a lot of things were implemented before having this Trello board and tracking everything. So a lot of work has been done, and looking only at this week, if you can see, we are still having a to-do list that will be pushed to next week. Some of our colleagues are even working during weekend, and we are having stuff in progress, code review, QA, and finally done. The ones that you see them live, because we are following the something what is called continuous integration. Once a task is being done and run through all these steps, it's going directly live for you to try it. We are not waiting for software updates or big dates or big deadlines. Everything that's done is being pushed directly. And when I said that you will see updates like every week or at least every 2 weeks, I mean it.
That's so impressive. It's just amazing to see the sheer amount of work that's being done. And I love that we're, like you said, having the continuous integration. It's not like we're getting all this stuff done and then sitting on it and waiting and you know, prolonging things even more. So I love the rapid development and deployment. It's just fantastic. All right, so let's move on here. What I'd like to do is let's just take a real quick POAP break and distribute the community call POAP. For those watching the live stream, all you'll have to do is, oh, sorry, I just want to make sure I get this scene right here. Brief technical difficulty. There we go. Okay. So if you're watching the live stream, you'll see a QR code flash on the screen. Simply scan that QR code, and if you have the POAP app, it will automatically download and claim for you. If you do not have the POAP app, that is okay. You'll simply have to manually input the 6-digit claim code. The claim period goes for about 90 minutes after this call, so make sure that you don't sit on it. You are claiming it right away. Otherwise, after that, the claim codes do expire. So while that's up on the screen, I do want to take this time to sort of talk about submitting work. So if you are participating in the beta, either as like a beta tester, trying to figure out bugs from your QA side, this differs in the sense that you would be contributing for event ideas or the associated artwork for those events. There has been a few updates, and I want to just discuss those briefly. And it's actually very simple. The link is in the video description of this live stream. And all you have to do is, if you're interested in submitting an event for Reality Cards, simply fill out the Google form, again, linked in the video description. All we need are a few event details, mainly what the event is, when it's being hosted, just basic who, what, where, and whens, and then we get those submitted. If we choose those events to be published on the website, we will reach out to you directly for payment for those contributions. We're trying to make that as easy as possible and as frictionless as possible for you as the contributor. That is our short to medium term solution for this. I believe, if I'm not talking out of turn here, our overall long term, we don't have a specific date for this, but the overarching goal is for that the platform itself to eventually sort of automate a portion, if not all, of the event submissions. Is that roughly correct, team? Okay. All right. I'm getting a thumbs up from Andrew. That's usually a good signal. Very good. So that is how you submit work. Again, link to that directly is in the description. Also, the link to our Medium article is linked in the video description as well. That goes over specifically what the payout structure is for this. So if you are interested in contributing an event, idea, or art, or both, the updated payment schedule and expectations as to when you will receive those payments, in addition to the contributor POAP, which I will talk to more about in a second, they're all outlined in that blog post. Again, link is in the video description of this live stream. Now, we did have a few questions from our community, and actually most of them were surrounding the community contributor POAP. So I do want to address those really quick. And since we did just start that campaign, most of the questions were surrounding retroactively distributing those POAPs to previous contributors. And a lot of you were asking, well, if I contributed before this POAP campaign, do I still get one? The answer is absolutely yes. Everyone and anyone that has contributed, whether it's an event idea, art, or whether it's a bug fix, whatever that is, if you in some way, shape, or form contributed to this program, you will receive a POAP. The first distributions of those actually go out today before 5 p.m. I will send those out. They will be airdropped. So keep a lookout on your wallet address as to when you will receive that POAP. If for some reason you do not receive one and you feel like you do, or you should have received one, please reach out to me directly via DM on the Reality Cards Discord. Link to that in the live stream video description. Okay, so I think we've got enough time here for POAP scans. Let's go on to the next topic here, and that is some of our new marketing initiatives. And I actually want to hand this over to Lex for a little bit. I've been seeing some chatter about a new mascot. What's that all about? Give me all the details.
Hey, I feel that mascot is something that is still something that will come as a surprise. We are talking internally about what we feel would be a nice animal or object that will resonate with the community of reality cards. At the moment, we are actually open for suggestions. So the first thing I want to say today is, guys, you have so many ways to engage with us, which are Twitter, on reality cards. Obviously, our Discord server is the main place where you should give us feedback. So what in your mind would be the ideal mascot? Like, feel free to comment in YouTube videos that you're watching now or in our Discord. I feel that, any kind of project that I see in crypto, they are basically taking over some sort of mascot or emoji. And it just made sense for us to actually start and take over one emoji. I'm pretty excited to say that the emoji, as you saw in our Twitter account, the one that we've chosen is the flower emoji, basically the red one. Let me just quickly share my screen so I can give you, for the people that didn't see that yet, I will give you an overview. So you should see my screen now. Do you guys see my the Twitter reality cards?
Yep.
Cool. So basically, for people that really want to support and show support for reality cards, one simple action can change the course of the project. And just adding to your nickname this emoji will basically say to the outside world, we are supporting reality cards. Of course, community for us is the most important thing. Developers and the developers team and the product team is doing a great job in terms of building up the product, building up the functionalities. Of course, moving to Polygon is a big move, and I love that. But at the same time, without you guys, there is no product, there is no developers. So the first thing we want to ask you is support us. Talking instead about activities and about marketing related stuff. So I feel that the first thing we're looking forward to is actually creating more content. The Twitter of reality cards has been doing a pretty good job in terms of announcing what we're doing. For instance, today the community call was announcing that now we're looking to create more content. Again, Discord, Twitter, just tweet to us and say, guys, we would like to see more content about NFT. We would like to see more content about product. Feel free to really explore with us what we'd like to see. My idea that I'm talking about, of course, with the rest of the team is to also give you more updates about NFT. Because I guess the goal of reality cards is definitely talking about prediction market and collectibles. But of course, we all want to know more about NFT. So probably something that we're going to test in the next couple of weeks is giving you the top 5, the top 10 news about NFT. We have such a talented guy, Michael, in creating content, producing articles and videos. So I guess that would be even nice for you to watch and to learn thanks to reality cards. Another thing that I'm pretty excited about is, as Andrew mentioned, there is new people joining the team, and we are going to have a new person starting on Monday. We'll probably introduce her in the next community call, but our main focus will be building more events. Of course, again, big, incredible product, big, incredible development team, great community, but without events, there is no engagement. So we are looking forward to create and build more events. Of course, sport, crypto, music, politics are just some of the categories we want to talk about and we want to create events about. So is there anything that we're missing? What kind of categories, what kind of events would you like to see included in Reality Cards? Please feel free to comment and give us a feedback on that. And then I guess that the next step, the next two steps, of course, in terms of marketing and content production are definitely artists, NFT artists or non-crypto artists. This is something that we're looking forward to bring on board. We have already a great amount of talented individuals that are helping us in creating incredible art. I just look at the cards created for the London Art Fork event, which is live now on our beta website. And I feel these are incredible art cards, but now we're looking to expand. So we're looking to probably add in the next couple of weeks or months, people working in-house with us that are going to produce art inside the team. But also, of course, we're looking to talk with talented and also famous artists. So if you know about something that you feel will be perfect for our project and to produce art, just feel free again to share this with us. And I guess the last final bit that we're going to work in the next couple of weeks is also influencer marketing. Now, influencer marketing is something that sometimes is a little bit tricky. Of course, we know that crypto is a place where, there is a lot of bots, there is a lot of like fake engagement. We don't want that. We want to actually find people that don't just produce videos on YouTube or Twitch or Instagram or TikTok, whatever they are. We want to look for people that actually believe in the Reality Cards project. So at the moment, we have a huge spreadsheet where we are actually putting forward a big list of YouTubers and content creators in general that will be part of expanding the Reality Card brand. And I guess that's already a lot of our marketing plate, but that's obviously something that we all want to do because we believe first science in the project, and we just don't just want to make it bigger. We want to become the top of mind brand in prediction market and NFT collectible market. So that's our goal, and we will work hard for this goal in the next couple of weeks and months. So please follow us, guys, and spread the nice word. Thank you, guys. Back to you, Michael.
I love it. That's exciting. And I think why opportunities like this get me so pumped up is because I think maybe the initial impression that new people get of anything blockchain related, it's a bunch of nerds, right? It's a bunch of smart people all in a room, all talking together. And it sometimes gives the perception that there isn't room for other types of skill sets. So this is a great opportunity for someone that isn't a engineer or isn't a developer to get involved in that's maybe an artist or has or maybe completely unrelated to that. Maybe they're just really into sports and they have great knowledge on events that are coming up. So this is just one more opportunity to get more people involved in blockchain based things. So I'm incredibly excited to see how that progresses. And just to expand a little bit more on some of the topics that you touched about, mainly the YouTube content coming out. So the community play along events, we just had our first one yesterday. It was extremely, I thought it was a great turnout. We had a bunch of fun. Andrew died a few times. We now know to never ever trust DeFi dude. So those will be happening bi-weekly. In fact, the next 3 community play-along events are already staged on the Reality Cards YouTube. You can set a reminder to make sure you're notified as to when we go live. I highly recommend you checking those out. Additionally, these community calls, we're going to be hosting these monthly. Once a month, we will give out a full status report as to what the team is doing, the progress that we're making, and everything in between. And then just like Alex said, we will have a new YouTube series about NFT news. That will be a weekly series starting next week. And I'll be starting those as well. And actually pretty excited for that too. We got some fun news coming through there and exposing updates of what's happening and all NFT things related in Ethereum. So very cool. Let's see here. Before we kind of wrap up, Andrew, do you just want to kind of give a looks like a long-term view of maybe where we're going here? You got a note here.
Yeah, indeed.
Okay.
So yeah, thanks very much indeed. So I'm just going to be talking for very briefly a couple of minutes. We've talked about what's going on in the next few weeks, couple of months. I want to sort of go a little bit longer term. Now, of course, our focus now is on launching. And the reality is that when the ink is dry on the contract, when the I's have been dotted and the T's have been crossed, we will be launching. And we've already seen some of the things that will be added in the front end on the Trello up to launch and then beyond launch. I'm just very, very briefly going to talk about some of the other things. So this is another Trello board. This is our long-term Trello board. And I just want to tease some of these things. And to be clear, a lot of these things are just us thinking out loud at this point. We're not sure if we will be doing this, but I think it's fun for you guys to be involved. So you've already seen that we're going to be allowing people to use reality cards directly from the Ethereum mainnet using meta transactions. So actually a user would never even need to have the Polygon wallet configured whatsoever. They can keep their wallet in mainnet mode and just use it via meta transactions. Notifications are something that has been requested from day one. So a notification if someone takes the card off you, if your deposit is running low, X, Y, and Z. This is going to be a big job, but it's been requested so many times, and we are definitely going to be adding this. I'm not going to put a time on it because it's a huge job and needs to be done right, but we are going to be doing it. Reward NFTs. This is the idea of NFTs that you win are not just the NFTs of the actual event. We'll be having additional NFTs. For example, whoever paid the highest rental price, even if just for one block, will receive a special NFT. Perhaps we may have a wooden spoon NFT for whoever loses the most money on an event, whatever. We're going to play around with the idea of more NFTs for events. Everyone loves, well, I don't know about everyone, but I know I do. I know a lot of other people love real-time data. So real, like proper analytics read directly from the blockchain, like who currently is winning the most money, how much is in the contracts, what are all the recent rentals, all this kind of thing. We really want to try and get very involved in a lot of this blockchain analytics and make it live and very, very visible. We also want to add a bit of a troll box to our events. The idea is that while an event is ongoing, our users can actually have a little bit of a chat functionality within the interface with each other. So we have a sort of, at the moment, we have a live events channel on the Discord. The long-term vision is that this will move to the actual interface itself. And then we have some ideas. Again, this is just us thinking out loud at this point. I think I mentioned this already. You can deposit in any currency you want. It doesn't have to be USDC. Eventually, we will allow people to pay with fiat, so they may not even need to know anything about Ethereum or cryptocurrencies. Seconds of ownership being represented by ERC20s is quite exciting because this actually allows people to sell their seconds before the event ends, and also allows for a secondary market in outcomes, again, before the event is owned. And this allows you to do other cool things, like you can actually short an outcome and potentially even get leverage on outcomes if we actually tokenize seconds of ownership. We are exploring fleshing out the interface to actually include the secondary market component of reality cards. And what that means is things like if you are selling your one NFT to someone else, that will all happen within our interface. This one is very much us thinking out loud here, but we are exploring the ideas of one day even being multi-chain, and if possible, not having different versions on each chain, but each chain would actually have the same events with the same prices, with the same pot size, and it would just work behind the scenes, moving assets between chains as necessary. And of course, other things like at the moment, the adjustments on minimum price increase at the moment is fixed to 10%. We're exploring ways to make that a bit more algorithmic. And long time in the future, we have various other projects, which we're not going to share just yet, all within the Reality Cards brand, but fundamentally different products, very different from anything you've seen at the moment. All of them involve NFTs relating to real world events. That's what they have in common. Two of these, one of these is a spin on prediction markets. The other two isn't even in the world of prediction markets. But these are very much long-term in the future. But the main point here is that the long-term vision here is for Reality Cards, not just to be the thing that you can see at the moment, the prediction market, but to be an even broader project encompassing everything to do with NFTs relating to real world events. And that's about it for me. Thank you very much.
Oh, is that it, huh? That's amazing. I love.
I apologize for interrupting. Your Trello board is more organized than the front end one. So,
well, there's a lot less on it, and it moves. There's a lot less happening on that as well.
There is one question that I'm always getting: when reality cards will have a token? And I feel that this is a good time to ask everybody and get feedback on this. If you see, we are going towards improving our product and making it a platform where you can bet money and you can collect NFTs. But we'd like to hear from everybody. What are your expectations about reality cards? Are you expecting it to be a platform where you are winning money and collecting NFTs at first, and then the token comes second? Or are you expecting the platform to go hand in hand with the token and expect to have like liquidity mining or staking or stuff like this that are related to the token, and they are common in the DeFi world now? We are expecting questions live, or we are going to, I think it's better to answer the questions in Discord, but please everybody leave your thoughts on this, because I know that everybody is using more than reality cards, other DeFi platforms, and we are really interested on this. Thanks. Back to you, Michael.
Thank you. Yeah, so I think unless, is there anything else that anyone on the team has or would like to say before we maybe take some community questions? Okay. Let's see here. Just going through YouTube at the moment.
I saw one on the YouTube which was about US events. What are the rules, and are we allowing them?
Great question.
So in an abundance of caution at this point, we are not having any US sports on our platform, but this is an evolving situation. We don't know what the situation is going to be like in a few weeks, but for now, US users are welcome to use it, but no US sports on our platform.
Okay. I don't see any more questions on YouTube here, and we've already run through our questions on the Google form. So I think we're probably good to wrap this thing up here. This was amazing to get the whole team on here. Love seeing all you guys on here. Love all the progress being made. I'm already mentally psyching myself up for the next community play along. So amazing. I appreciate all the time today, and we will see everybody next month on the community call. And keep an eye out on our YouTube page for scheduled events. And all of our social media, including our Medium blog, are linked in the video description if you want to keep tabs on more day-to-day news. All right. Bye, everybody.